What have you been able to ascertain regarding Folarin Balogun? We know he flew to Orlando when the U.S. was playing El Salvador there. He evidently met with the U.S. coaching staff. How did those conversations go? How likely is it that he ultimately chooses the U.S.?
It's a really interesting one, Mosse. There's a few things here. So I thought it was very interesting that players, when asked about Balogun during the March camp, that by all accounts he came down to and met with folks. Matt Turner, the guy saying that if any player is going to join our team, it has to be for the right reasons. Their heart has to be in it. So I think that's interesting because even Balogun's comments have sounded more like, he's focused on his career and on the fact that he didn't get the opportunity with England's senior team. He's obviously been a part of their 21s, but I don't think it was coincidental that he left England's 21 camp when Marcus Rashford withdraws from the senior England team and Gareth Southgate decides there's not going to be a replacement for him. This is a guy that's scoring left and right in the French league. Probably, I'm sure he thinks he's earned a call-up. And he has to know what the striker situation is for the U.S. team, that there's an opening there potentially, and that he could be playing in big-time games. There's a Copa America next summer that, then he could be a starting striker for the U.S. team, for a team that's already qualified for the World Cup. All those things, it's certainly a great opportunity, but I do think that the U.S. has done absolutely everything it possibly can to convince this guy, to recruit this guy. But again, you don't want to go too far because it has to come from the guy. He has to want to, be willing to, go play a Nations League game in Grenada, which the U.S. team did last month. There's a lot more to playing for the U.S. men's national team than there is, just suiting up for World Cup games or Copa America games or even Gold Cup games. So by all accounts, it looks like, that there's a real chance that the U.S. lands this player. But I also, part of me in the back of my mind, I wonder if Balogun is trying to use the U.S. as leverage to increase his stock, increase his standing on the England side. And that's a tricky thing. That's something that could end up rubbing both national teams, both fan bases the wrong way. But this is a quality player, and he is U.S. eligible, and the U.S. is doing the right thing by, pulling out the stops to see if he'll commit to the program, because certainly he's a player that can help them in the years to come.
You like that clip? Well, my State of the Union podcast drops every week. Subscribe now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. You like that clip? Well, my State of the Union podcast drops twice a week right here on my very own YouTube page. The only way to stay up to date is to hit that subscribe button down below. Size the day, and see you soon.